I'm so inspired. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control because I'm so inspired and motivated and rah-rah. Very few people feel like that on a regular basis. Would that be fair? How often do you feel inspired and motivated and excited to go and do stuff? Different question. When you've done stuff, you've achieved, how motivated and inspired do you feel to go and achieve more? Is it possible that we get caught up in the, I'm not going to do anything unless I'm motivated? And then a lot of people don't do anything because they're not motivated. What about if we create a reason to go and do something even if we don't feel like it? So there's a great word there called discipline, which is do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. So how do you do something if you don't feel like it? And here's a great suggestion. What if you create enough pain, enough horrible feelings inside your body for not doing the thing that you need to do? So I'll use exercise as an example because I'm an exercise professional. I have been all of my life. I am highly motivated and inspired to exercise. But not because I want to look great in a bikini or because I want to go and take on the world and win gold medals at a world championship. My strongest, most powerful motivation for exercise is what happens if I don't do it. I don't want to be sick. I don't want to be diseased. I don't want to be fat. I don't want to have no energy. I don't want to get osteoporosis. I don't want to be depressed. I don't want to get cardiovascular disease. I don't want to get coronary heart disease. I don't want to get Alzheimer's or dementia. I don't want my muscles and bones to waste away. I don't want to have yucky hair, skin and nails. I want to have a stack of energy. I don't want to feel tired and depressed. So that's the motivation for me to get going. What happens if I don't do it? If I don't go and move my body, if I don't go and get puffed, if I don't go and lift heavy, if I don't do what I'm supposed to do right now, which is discipline, do what you should do when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And I'm just going to, to me, that's a really important thing to consider. Because discipline has 3 parts, but ultimately it only has one. Because we all know what we should do. We all know when we should do it. It's just doing it when you don't feel like it. So that's that connection. How do I find the inner drive to go and do something if I don't feel like it? And for me, it's the pain of not doing. And if you've ever spent a day, or if you ever got to the end of the day and you felt lousy, you felt depressed, you felt like you haven't achieved anything today, it's usually because you haven't achieved anything today. When you've had a day where you've done stuff, overcome challenges, exercised, eaten healthy food, invested time with great people, you've gone and done exciting things, you get to the end of the day and you go, yeah, I'm so motivated, I'm so inspired. If you do nothing all day, how do you feel at the end of the day? This is one of the very perplexing things for me. I often ask people, and I talk to people all day, every day, and I talk to complete strangers on a regular basis. And I always ask this question, if you weren't here right now, what would you be doing? And I always like to think that, I'd be climbing mountains, or I'd be water skiing, or I'll be dancing with my kids, or I'll be traveling the world. And a lot of people share with me, I'd go home and go sleeping. I'd go home and go to bed. Well, if the thing in your life is I'm so tired I need to go to bed, could it be possible that we need to get some internal fire going on so that the only reason that you need to sleep is to rest and recover from all the exciting things that you've done that day so your body can be ready for the next day so it can do more exciting things? And is it possible that most people need to, I want to go home and go to sleep, I'm so tired, is because their body hasn't been energized, hasn't been excited by life? And the people that are energized and excited by life, they will probably, or they all share with me, and certainly I'll share with you, that I don't need to sleep very much because I want to get up the next day. I'm excited about what the next day's, all the things I can achieve and the things that I can accomplish and the changes I can make and the things that I can learn, and hanging out with my puppy dogs and hanging out with my gorgeous husband and living my life. I want to get up the next day. So if I put all that together, how do you get motivated and inspired? Could it be the opposite? You are motivated and inspired when you go and do stuff. If you're not doing anything, is it possible that you'll be demotivated and uninspired and you'll go into a downward spiral? And of course, the psychologists and psychiatrists will all share with, they don't like to use the word happy, but they always share that people that are the most satisfied, they have the most rewarding feelings about life when you're doing something, when you have a purpose. If you don't have a purpose to get up, then you don't get up. And if you don't get up, you feel lousy. And if you feel lousy, you're less likely to get up. And then that downward spiral begins. And I share that with much sadness in my voice, because so many people that I talk to on a daily basis share with me that they're uninspired, they're demotivated, they don't want to get out of bed. Well, maybe we need to kick our own ass. Maybe we need to have a really serious chat with ourselves and say, why am I at this place right now? And what do I need to do to create a purpose in my life? And of course, if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or a leader, there's people relying on you. And that's what I always share. I don't have an option to not get out of bed. I don't have an option to be lazy. I don't have an option to be tired or depressed, because I've got people relying on me. My purpose is to get up and add value to my world. If you don't want to do that, and I share this very carefully, because this is very controversial. But if you're a single person and nobody's relying on you, and you can just choose how you live your life, then by all means stay in bed if that's what you want to do. But surely if you're a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, or a leader, and you've got people relying on you, you don't have an option to live your life that way. But even if you are a single person who has nobody relying on you and you just have to look after yourself, you're going to be on the planet for a certain period of time. We don't know how long that's going to be. That's why I get so excited about every day, because I don't know that I'm going to get tomorrow. I've only got today. So what can I do today to add value to my life and the people in my life? And how can I add value to my world? And that is, of course, a purpose. But if you're going to look back over your life and if you're a single person and you think nobody cares about you, you just care about yourself, could the ultimate respect, self-respect, be that you get out of bed every day living your life to the absolute maximum, and I call it to the max for a reason? I don't want to live at 50%. I want to live at 100%. And if you're going to look back over your life and say, okay, I lived on the planet for this period of time, but I only put in 50% effort, or I only did half of what I could have done, or I could have, should have, would have, but I didn't, is it possible that you look back on your life with regret? Now, we can live however we want, and I'll share that again. If you're a single person, you've got nobody relying on you, you can live your life however you want to. But my challenge for you is, if you are a parent, a teacher, a coach, a boss, a leader, you've got a partner, what do we owe those people in our life? The ones relying on us, the ones that might need motivation and inspiration. Surely their motivation and inspiration could come from somebody who's doing it. And I use that as a very special example. If you've ever been motivated by a sports person, or a celebrity, or a social media influencer, or an elite athlete, if you've ever been excited by, motivated by, inspired by somebody else, imagine if that person didn't get up that day. All the people that do amazing things with their life, singers, dancers, doctors, lawyers, architects, elite athletes, business people, the people that really get excited about their life, if they decided not to get up, and I always use music as an example, I love great music. It adds such massive value to my life. A lot of people share with me, I'm a good singer, but I'm not motivated to sing every day. Imagine if the great singers of the world said that, I'm not motivated to sing today. So many of us wouldn't get great pleasure from the music that they have produced. You have a gift, you have a talent, you have a special thing that's been given to you. I call it a genius. We've all got one. We've just got to find it and then use that genius to add value to the world. Now, of course, you don't have to do that. But if you want to, is it possible that stop waiting to be inspired and motivated? How about go and do it, and then you'll be inspired and motivated to go and do more? So flip that whole thing on its end. Instead of waiting to be, I'm so inspired, and you're not inspired, how about go and do stuff, and then you'll be inspired to do more? Last but not least, every elite athlete that I've ever spoken to, every champion I've ever had the time to has had the pleasure to invest time with, have all shared with me that the more they achieve, the more they want to achieve. I've become a world champion. I want to become a multiple world champion. We've won the grand final. We want to win the grand final again next year. We've done great stuff. I want to do more great stuff. Motivation comes from action, not from a pretty pink box that falls out of the sky. So may you live your life to the max, doing what you love to do because you've done it, and that creates more motivation and more inspiration. So you can sing like I do every day. I'm so inspired. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control because I'm so inspired and motivated because I do some stuff every single day. Woohoo!